Alright guys, we are heading into one of the final weeks here for the SPL, week 9 out of 10 weeks. Most teams have like 4 to 6 games left to play, which means we are pretty much down to the nitty-gritty, trying to decide who's going to DreamHack and who's not. Panthera already guaranteed to go to DreamHack, almost guaranteed first place. I think if they get one more win, they're guaranteed first seed out of Europe, which means you don't want to be third seed in North America because nobody wants to go against Panthera first. Starting off our week, we're going to have important games all week. We're starting it off with Envy versus Soar. This game is important on both ends for different reasons. This game is important for Envy because they need to win 2 games to equal out with Allegiance right now, 2 games ahead of them in order to get out of relegations. Right now, Randozzo is pretty much guaranteed for relegations. Envy looking at relegations unless they can find some games. But they're going to have a lot of their hardest games left here. Up against Soar, they did pick up Snoopy recently on the side of Envy, who's a great player and very strong, and I expect them to do well with Snoopy, but I don't see them taking a game off of Soar right now. Soar, one of the best teams in North America. I would put Soar at 2nd seed right now for North America. LG versus the Randozzos. This game does not matter for the Randozzos at all, besides the fact that they're trying to prove a point. The Randozzos split with Luminosity when they played them last time, earlier in the split. But for Luminosity, these wins are absolutely crucial. They need these wins, those so-called easy wins. They need to be capitalizing on these. They cannot afford to lose these, otherwise they will lose out to Enemy, Eager, and Soar for DreamHack. I'm giving this the way of Luminosity 2-0, but they did lose and split to them 1-1 last time they faced. Enemy versus Eager. Enemy versus Eager, another huge matchup. Quite possibly looking at 2 of the top seeds right here. I expect Enemy to be probably 3rd seed going into this, but I mean, it is anybody's game right now. Everybody's so close. Enemy has a 2-game lead over Eager, so their scores are all basically, for all intents and purposes, even. If Eager wins this set, they will find themselves up above Enemy because they will still be 2 games below. This should be a fantastic set, but I do think Eager is the strongest team in North America right now when they play their best, and I'm going to give this 2-0 the way of Eager. And that wraps up Thursday's North American games. Moving on, we got Panthera and Hungry for More, and you guys know the rules. Hungry for More is a great team, and Panthera is a great team, but I'm standing by my rules for this split, and I'm giving it to Panthera without thinking too much about it. I don't want to psych myself out. I do think Hungry for More is a top 3 team in Europe, and I think Hungry for More, Paradigm, and Panthera are going to DreamHack, but I do not want to overthink that one, giving it to Panthera. Paradigm and Dig. This is an important one for both these teams. If somebody wins this 2-0, this could really shake things up. Paradigm looking to get these games to basically start to almost guarantee themselves into DreamHack. Dignitas looking to save their run into DreamHack with these wins. Dig has been having a hard second half of this split, though, and I'm going to go ahead and give this to Paradigm 2-0, who seem to have really been stepping it up after taking a game off of Panthera. Fnatic and Cringe Crew. Fnatic not so hot. Cringe Crew technically can still look for a spot in the DreamHack right now. They're going to need to win this 2-0, and I expect them to win it 2-0. I don't think Fnatic's going to be putting too much practice in right now. The games are just not that important for them. Torpedo and Leftovers. Speaking of games that are not that important for them, we got Leftovers and Torpedo, as well as Fnatic, all kind of vying for that relegation spot, so they don't want to get in relegations. Leftovers seemingly to be the best off right now to get away from those relegations. If Leftovers were going to win 2-0, it would be a game like this. Torpedo kind of known for splitting, though, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this the way of split. I would lean towards Leftovers, though, if you like to do 2-0s. I know a lot of people hate doing splits, and they only do 2-0s, so I would lean toward Leftovers. So we are into our Saturday games now. That was Torpedo vs. Leftovers was a Saturday game. Moving on to our next Saturday game, Paradigm versus Fnatic. Shouldn't be too crazy here. Paradigm should take that 2-0. With those 2 wins, assuming they win earlier, they should all but guarantee themselves, I believe mathematically, they do guarantee themselves a spot at DreamHack. Allegiance and Denial. This should be a pretty interesting game. Allegiance coming off a 4-0 win streak last week. Yeah, go Allegiance, no bias. Denial, being a team that's positive, but they don't have that many games played. You can see they've only had 20 games played compared to Allegiance has 24 games played. So they still have a lot of room for movement. But these wins are going to be crucial for Denial in order to try to get themselves a spot at DreamHack. They're going to need to win a lot of their games coming up. But I believe it is definitely still possible for them to do so. ALG basically looking for at least 1 win. Trying to make sure that they can stay out of relegations. They are 2 ahead of Envy, but assuming if Envy wins a couple of their games coming up, they're going to want to win some themselves. I'm going to go ahead and give this the way of split for now. Eager versus the Randozzo Arenos. Randozzo Arenos. Eager. Randozzos. 2-0 Eager. Go Eager. Cringe Crew versus Leftovers. This game is not super important. Nothing crazy should happen here. I'm going to give this 2-0 the way of Cringe Crew. They should be able to take it over Leftovers, and they're certainly going to need to if they want a chance at making DreamHack. Finally, finishing up the week, Enemy versus Denial. A really crucial game for both teams. If Denial wins 2-0 against ALG, this is going to be an opening up game for them for DreamHack. If they lose 2-0 to ALG, then this game is a little bit less relevant for them. But Enemy definitely needing these games at the end of the week here on Monday. They need to be able to take these wins to make sure that they can finish up in the top 3. Enemy not quite as dominant as they were at the start of the split, though, and I'm going to give them a split there with Denial. I think Denial is a very strong team right now, and that they're going to be looking to put in a lot of work this week, especially with the new patch having just come out. A little bit of changes, not too much. All right, that finishes up our picks for the week. Sora over Envy, LG over Randozzos, Eager over Enemy, finishing up Thursday. On to Friday, Panthera over Hungry for More, Paradigm over Dig, Cringe Crew over Fnatic. Moving on to Saturday, Torpedo Gaming and Leftover split, Paradigm over Fnatic, ALG Denial split on Sunday, Eager over Randozzos, Cringe Crew over Leftovers on Monday, and Enemy Denial split to finish up the week, as well as your SPL Week 9.